Welcome to another edition of Between Sundays, and today I am focused on fulfillment, contentment. How do we find that? How do we find satisfaction in our lives? Because right now everything seems to be so tumultuous, but my guess is that even before the pandemic, how often did we really feel full contentment, that satisfaction in our lives? Or did we feel like we were kind of chasing it and we were trying to fill our lives with different things and it just didn't seem to work? And so we're looking at Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verses 1 through 11 because it has a bit of this, that sage, the one named Kohelet, or as the Greeks translated into Ecclesiastes, is on this search. He is on this search to experience all that life has to offer, in all that wisdom has to offer. And so he goes through this and he's looking at particular parts, and today he's looking at pleasure. And can you find satisfaction? Can you find fulfillment when you pursue nothing but pleasure? And so this is what this sage finds, starting in verse 1. I said to myself, "Come, I will make you experience pleasure. Enjoy what is good." But this too was pointless. Merriment I thought is madness, pleasure of no use at all. I tried cheering myself with wine, and by embracing folly, with wisdom still guiding me, until I might see what is really worth doing in the days that human beings have under the sun. I took on great projects. I built houses for myself, planted vineyards for myself. I made gardens and parks for myself, planting every kind of fruit tree in them. I made reservoirs for myself to water my lush groves. I acquired male servants and female servants. I even had slaves born in my house. I also had great herds of cattle and sheep, more than any who preceded me in Jerusalem. I amassed silver and gold for myself, the treasures of kings and provinces. I acquired male and female singers for myself, along with every human luxury, treasure chests galore. So I became far greater than all who preceded me in Jerusalem. Moreover, my wisdom stood by me. I refrained from nothing that my eyes desired. I refused my heart no pleasure. Indeed, my heart found pleasure from the results of my hard work. That was the reward from all my hard work. But when I surveyed all that my hands had done and what I had worked so hard to achieve, I realized that it was pointless, a chasing after when nothing is to be gained under the sun. It's that sense that even though he pursued everything that was pleasurable, he acquired great wealth, he acquired beautiful things, he could do anything that was pleasurable, that was pleasant, that we would say, man, that'll make me happy. At the end of it all, and of this pursuit of it all, it's still, he's not fulfilled. He's not satisfied. And how many times have we had that experience where it's like, you know what, if I just go shopping, I've really wanted this, and then you come out of it, and you're still, it was only momentary. Or this pursuit we have of different things, whether it's sports or entertainment, and we pursue it because we want pleasure in our lives, and we're looking for fulfillment, we're looking for the good stuff, but it's only fleeting. And so it brings that into question of how often are we just filling our lives with stuff because we're so hungry to be fulfilled and to find satisfaction, and yet nothing. Every time we try it, we don't find it. And we're left with more of an empty feeling. And so this brings into question, not that finding pleasure in things or doing fun things or trying out things isn't good. That's not what this is about. But where do we really place meaning? Because pleasure does not make meaning. It may be a part of the meaning that we find in life, but it doesn't make for the meaning of our lives. And so where do we find meaning? Where do we place our values? It's easy to see in our culture, we've been so busy, we've rushed, we've done everything, that we value busyness, we value entertainment. Just look at how much our sports stars are paid, and yet how many of us are truly finding contentment, are truly satisfied with our lives. And so I want to leave that kind of with you, that we haven't gotten to where we actually find it yet, but to really take a look at what do we do? What are the things that we do? What are the things that we consume, whether it's material, whether it's knowledge, whether it's entertainment and sports? What are the things that we consume that continue to leave us unsatisfied deep down, that we still don't feel satisfaction and contentment in our lives? And to really take stock of where we're trying to find satisfaction and it's not working, to be really honest about that. Of we don't find satisfaction in doing these things, so then what do we need to be doing to find satisfaction? What are the things that we should be doing that truly are part of finding meaning, of creating meaning, cultivating meaning in our lives, so that we don't feel like this sage says, a chasing after the wind, nothing is to be gained under the sun. Like we throw our hands up and it's like it still doesn't work. It's important for us to understand the things that we do, that we try to fill our lives with, that try to kind of numb our pain or kind of make meaning or give us satisfaction, that really aren't working. Because we have to begin to set those things aside if we want to find what truly does work. What truly does give meaning and satisfaction with our lives. And it's not always that we douse ourselves, submerge ourselves in only pleasurable things. Because here's something to think about. Often, scarcity creates value. And think about that in the terms of the pandemic, right? How many of us would really love to get together with friends and family, to throw our arms around them? Scarcity creates value. And so to begin to think about that in terms of what might actually give us satisfaction and contentment in our lives, of how we might actually find that deep down, and that it might be really looking at ourselves and saying, this is enough, which is so hard to talk about. But I will leave that for another day. So, may you find some wisdom in what we just talked about, and may your day be blessed. Have a good one.